I'd be happy to tell you the story of the Three Apples again, one of the most famous murder mysteries within the 1001 Nights, Arabian Nights. This tale, told by Scheherazade to King Shahryar, is famous for its intricate plot that almost results in the death of an innocent man. Our story begins in the magnificent city of Baghdad, ruled by the wise Caliph Harun al-Rashid. One day, a fisherman brings a heavy, locked chest he found floating in the Tigris River to the palace. When it's opened, a horrific discovery is made: the body of a young woman, brutally murdered. The caliph is furious. He turns to his most trusted vizier, Jafar, and gives him a terrifying ultimatum: find the killer in 3 days, or you will face the executioner in his place. Jafar is desperate. He questions the fisherman, who is clearly innocent, and scours the city for clues. But the days tick by with no leads. On the third and final day, just as Jafar prepares to accept his fate, a young man bursts into the court, crying out, "Stop! I am the one who killed her." The caliph demands an explanation. The young man, his face etched with sorrow, begins his tragic tale. "The woman was my wife," he explains, "and I loved her more than life itself. She fell terribly ill and had only one wish, a rare apple from the caliph's own garden. I managed to find 3 for her." He pauses, his voice trembling. "A few days later, I was walking through the market when I saw a slave boy playing with one of those very same apples. I asked him where he got it, and he replied, 'From my master's wife.' A storm of jealousy and betrayal consumed me. I ran home, confronted my wife, and in a blind rage, I struck her down. But the tragedy doesn't end there. Only after she was gone," the man continues, "did my servant confess the truth. He had stolen one of the apples and sold it to the boy, making up the story about my wife to cover his theft." Hearing this, the caliph's expression softens from anger to deep sorrow. He sees that the man's crime was born not of malice, but of a terrible, tragic misunderstanding fueled by rage. He turns to Jafar. "Spare him," the caliph commands. "His remorse is greater than his sin. Let this be a lesson to all who act in haste." The grieving husband was forgiven, and the honest fisherman was rewarded. The caliph ordered the story to be recorded, so its lesson would never be forgotten. Rage is a blinding tyrant. Never trust slander, and never act on anger without seeking the truth first, because the price of a rash judgment can be devastating, and it can be final. What a powerful story, right? It shows how quickly things can spiral out of control. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this tale, don't forget to like for more stories from history and literature. See you next time.